Hello friends, welcome to Mechanical Engineering online classes.
Ladder friction or friction of ladder. So let us try to see and understand how to solve friction problems involving a ladder. Let us look at this question. A uniform ladder whose weight is 100 Newton and whose length is 8 meter is resting on ground against a vertical wall. So the point that is on ground is named B, and that which is against vertical wall is A. The inclination of the ladder with the vertical is 30 degrees, and if the coefficient of friction, I already told you mu or small f is how coefficient of friction is denoted, at all the surface of contact is 0.25. So we have to find how much distance up along the ladder a man who is of weight 600 Newton can ascend or climb without causing the ladder to slip. So the figure is this. So let us see the free body diagram of the ladder. The walls are removed and they are replaced by support reactions. So from the question, this point is A and this point is B. So I am naming this normal reaction at point A as NA. The normal reaction at point B from the horizontal ground is NB. Now the weight of the ladder is given as 100 Newton, so that will be acting from the centroid or the center of gravity of the ladder, which will be the midpoint. So from this point there is a 100 Newton force. The dimension of the ladder is something like this. The length is 8 meters in all. And if a person is trying to ascend or climb up the ladder without causing it to slip, we have to find what distance he can reach without the ladder slips, before the ladder slips. So let that point be, say, somewhere here. So let the person be somewhere here, and the weight of the person is given as 600 Newton. So let this particular distance from point B be small d. So we are assuming that from B he had ascended up to d distance along the ladder, and at point D or after point D, after he reaches or crosses this particular point, so let the centroid of this ladder be G, and let the point of the person, the position of person, be P. So after he moves away from P towards A, let us assume that the ladder will slip. And when the ladder is slipping, what will happen? This point A, one end of the ladder will slide downward. So the ladder will slide down along the vertical. So the friction will be upward. So I am writing the friction in terms of the normal reaction and the coefficient of friction. So that will be mu Na. And as the ladder slips, the ladder at point B will slide rightward. So the motion at point B will be rightward. So the friction will be leftward. So here also we are writing friction in terms of the coefficient of friction and the normal reaction. So it is mu NB. Now all the forces are shown. So this is the FBD of the ladder. Let us consider the equations of equilibrium. The first equation of equilibrium that I am going to consider is sigma Fx is equal to 0. So along x-axis, let this be my x-axis and let this vertical be y-axis. So the horizontal forces are, one is Na acting rightward, the other is mu Nb which is acting leftward. So they are opposite in direction. So Na minus mu Nb, these are the only two forces along x. So Nb is equal to Na by mu. Mu is given as 0.25, so 1 by 0.25 will be 4. 4 into Na is Nb. Let this be equation number 1, that is obtained from one of the equations of equilibrium, which is sigma Fx equal to 0. And now let us apply another condition of equilibrium, that is sigma Fy equal to 0. So along y direction, at point A there is a mu Na upward, at point G there is a 100 Newton downward, at point P there is another 600 Newton downward, and at B there is a normal reaction upward. So this is the equation sigma Fy equal to 0. Now we know the relation between Na and Nb from equation number 1. So Nb is 4Na. So mu is 0.25 Na plus Nb is 4Na is equal to, I am sending this 100 and 600 onto the right hand side, so that becomes 700. So 4.25 Na is equal to 700, or Na is equal to 700 by 4.25, that will be 164.71 newtons. So we know Na. If we want, we can find Nb also from equation 1, but unless necessary, I don't want to calculate anything else. So Na is found as 164.71 newtons. So we are finding the distance d up to which the man of weight 600 Newton can ascend without causing the ladder to slip. So that is a condition. So it is my assumption that I have taken P between G and B. If you want, you can take P between A and G also. So this is given as 30. So this will be 60. For equilibrium to exist, we have already seen that sum of all external forces, sum of all forces should be 0, and not just that, sum of all moments of any force or all the forces should also be 0. Sigma F equal to 0, sigma M equal to 0. These two put together will guarantee static equilibrium. If the sum of forces is 0, but there is a rotation of body, as if it is subjected to a couple, say, or sum of forces is 0, but there is a tipping or there is a sliding. So these things mean there is a moment. So if moment is there, that time we don't call it a static equilibrium. For static equilibrium to exist, sigma M should also be equal to 0. And when we are saying that the ladder can slide, so we are saying that there might be forces that will lead to some turning effect on the ladder. So if this point slides down, this point slides right, point A is coming down, point B is going right. In such cases, there is a rotation of the ladder. So there is some moment or turning effect. So the turning effect should be 0. So we have to find P when sigma M is 0. So for that point, for that particular case, what we are going to do is, let us first find all the perpendicular distances. To find the moment, I need product of force into perpendicular distance, right? So therefore, ladder is an 8 meter line which is 60 from horizontal. So let this be origin, the intersection of x and y. So here this will be 8 sin 60. This length will OA will be 8 sin 60, and this length OB will be 8 cos 60. So similarly, if I make components of this D line, so this will be D cos 60, and person will be at a height of D sin 60 from x-axis. So we have noted down all the distances. So let us apply sigma m equal to 0 to find d. Because I have calculated d distance with respect to b, so I want to find sigma m, sum of moment of all forces about point b. That should be 0. So this is one of the equilibrium condition. So Na is having a moment which is clockwise in direction with respect to b. So the moment of Na about b will be Na multiplied by the perpendicular distance between Na and point B. The perpendicular distance is 8 sin 60. Alright, so my convention is by RHT all anti-clockwise moments are positive. So Na is making a clockwise moment, so this will be negative for me. Then mu Na is also making a clockwise moment about point B, so that is also negative. Mu Na multiplied by the perpendicular distance. So Na to B perpendicular distance is 8 cos 60. So some force, all the forces at point A are taken care of. Now let us see with this 100. At point G there is 100. This 100 Newton force is making an anti-clockwise moment about B. So anti-clockwise moment is positive for me, so it is the magnitude of force multiplied by perpendicular distance of the force about that particular point B. So because G is 4 meter, this is 4, so this particular distance is 4 cos 60. So that perpendicular distance is 4 cos 60. Now D from P there is 600 Newton force, weight of the person. So this weight of person is also making a anti-clockwise moment, so that is also positive. The moment is product of the weight or force, which is 600, multiplied by perpendicular distance. The perpendicular distance of 600 Newton force from point B is this D cos 60. So we have taken care of all the forces. All the forces moments are noted down about point B, and the algebraic sum is depending on the direction of the moment. So positive and negative we have taken care of it. So sum of all these moments of all the forces should be 0. So only when all the sum becomes 0, that is coming under static equilibrium. So now let us try to put all the values that we know already. Na we just found. Na is 164.71. So let us substitute Na minus 164.71 into 8 sin 60 minus mu is given as 0.25. 0.25 into Na is 164.71 into 8 cos 60 plus 400 cos 60 plus 600 d cos 60 is equal to 0. So I can find 600 cos 60 into d. I am just keeping this term. I want d, right? On the LHS side, I will send everything else to the RHS. So minus 164.71 and this minus and 164.71, they become plus 164.71 into 8, these are common, multiplied by sin 60 plus 0.25 cos 60. So these two terms are becoming this and this 400 cos 60 becomes minus 400 cos 60. So I am removing this 600 cos 60 here. I am dividing all this by 600 cos 60. So d will be equal to, so on solving this and simplifying, we get D as 3.686. So because all the dimensions are in meter, given length is in meter, so this is also in meter. So the person who is of weight 600 Newton, when the ladder is at 30 with respect to vertical and is of length 8 meter, and the person can climb up to 3.686 meter without causing it to slip. So if he goes any further beyond that, then the ladder will slip down. Let us see if we can solve this problem. A 100 Newton circular rod, which is AB, whose ends are AB, is held in position as shown, meaning which in this particular situation, in this particular posture, it is in equilibrium. So if the coefficient of friction is given as 0.15 at both the contact surfaces, contact points, we have to find the range of the values of P that will keep the rod in equilibrium. So P is an external force acting on the rod. So if let us assume that the intersection of the vertical and ground here is also O. So O to B is given as 4 meter, O to A is given as 16 meter. So the line of action of P is 2 meter away from the line OA. So we have to find the range of values of P to keep the rod in equilibrium, meaning which we have to find the minimum value of P and also the maximum value of P. P min to P max will be the range. In order to find the P min and P max, I will give you a hint. If at all P is minimum, if P is not sufficient, then there is a possibility of the rod to slip downward. Means at B it comes downward and at A it goes leftward. So if P is lesser than the minimum, the rod will slip down in this particular fashion. Or if P is more than enough, more than just enough for the rod to be in equilibrium, then the rod will slip upward. So depending on this, you have to find P min and P max. So solve this problem and mention your answers in the comment section. The right answer will get a heart.
Thanks for watching. If this video was of help to you, please like it and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.